Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introduce myself. My name is Nadia Alifa Aenida. I here wanna explain and present my presentation about research proposal. Okay, let's start this online presentation.
The title of this research is an attitudinal analysis of teachers and student talk on online classroom interaction. For the contents, there are three contents. The first is introduction, the second is literature review, and the last is research method. In the introduction, there are 6 parts. The first is the background of study, identification of problem, limitation of problem, research question, the research objective, and research benefit. Okay, for background of study, in the communication process, humans use language to express almost anything such as thought, ideas, emotion, desires, message, and etc. Language can be used to express the writer's or speaker's opinions about peoples, objects, and situations. There is a meaning related to opinion in language as a source of evaluation or appraisal in language. Teacher's talk is one of important aspect in online classroom interaction which can influence the student interaction in online classroom. Likewise, the opportunities for teachers and students to express their thought, opinion, and attitudes from communicating can reflect the value system of their personalities, building the positive atmosphere and maintaining the interlocutor's relationship and organizing the discourse on the online classroom. Appraisal system of attitude dimension will be used to see how the teacher is able to use the linguistic tools of attitude dimension to help the student to through their critical thinking capacity in online learning and how the students are able to employ appraisal resources to help them to achieve the purpose of learning. This study is interested in looking at how a teacher expresses and student expression and activeness when responding to and developing ideas in the online classroom learning process. For the purpose, research on appraisal study has spread in the analysis of a sample of a classroom discourse from an English language from communication and learning class in a Thai university in the southernmost Thailand. This study is to investigate the linguistic resources within the class talk, especially while the teachers and students are interacting and expressing their attitudinal meanings. The second is identification of problem. Teacher talk is one of important aspect in online classroom interaction which can influence the student interaction in the classroom. For example, when the teacher talks in the positive way, it can build the positive atmosphere in the classroom which can help the student to interact actively in the online classroom. The fourth is research question. The first is what is the dominant type of attitudinal system of teachers talk on online classroom interaction. Second is what is the dominant type of attitudinal system of student talk on online classroom interaction. And the last is how the patterns of interaction occur during in the teaching learning process on the online classroom interaction. And the next is research objective. The first is to classify what kind of attitudinal system employed of student teachers talk on online classroom interaction. And the second, to know the dominant type of attitudinal system of teachers and student talk on online classroom interaction. And the sixth is research benefit. There are three benefits for this research. The first is it is significant to make the reader understand more about the English attitudinal analysis of a discourse and provide an understandable justification about the attitudinal system that is used to evaluate someone, especially in teachers and student interaction on online classes. The second is for English department students. This research can be read to comprehend and analysis of text using semantic functional linguistic study, especially English appraisal theory or as a reference. And the last is the analysis of appraisal can be used to determine the way the teachers and students talk based on positive and negative feeling. The second part is literature review. And next, theoretical review. This study used the Developed System Functional Language or SFL. SFL has three linguistic functions, namely additional, interpersonal, and textual. Interpersonal functions are divided into three. There are mode, modality, and appraisal. Appraisal is a framework for investigating the mechanism language employ in the evaluation and adaptation of stances adopted by discourse producers. Attitude is one of type of appraisal. Attitude type of appraisal theory is used to describe the stereotypical value of the assumptions or perception in their opinion. Affect. Affect is concerned with registering positive and negative feeling. Do we feel happy or sad, confident or anxious, interested or bored? According Martin and Wife, 2005. In terms of the classification, there are several factors can be applied. There are positive and negative affect, implication and disimplication, happiness and unhappiness, security and insecurity, and the last is certification and dissatisfaction. The second is judgment. Judgment as a subsystem of affect is used to evaluate one behavior or characters, which we admire, praise, or condemn according to a set of social norms, which include rules, conventions, social acceptability, social requirement of acceptation, and system of value. It involves whether the attitudinal evaluation is negatively or positively assessed with reference to one behavior stage of appraised by social norms. Judgment resources is the evaluation of the person's behavior, which consists of social esteem and social sanction. For social esteem, has to do with normality, how unusual someone is, and for capacity, how capable they are, and tenacity, how resolved they are. And the second, for social sanction, have to do with veracity, how truthful someone is, and for propriety is how ethnical someone is, according Martin and White, 2005. And the last is appreciation. Appreciation research is the evaluation of the nature's phenomenon, concrete or abstract thing, which is composed of three parts. They are reaction, composition, and valuation. Reaction refers to whether they catch our attention or not, and whether we like them or not. The second is composition, is the thing's balance and complexity. And the last is valuation, how they are innovative, authentic, or timely. As with affect and judgment, we can recognize positive and negative evaluation properties we value alongside those we don't. The next slide is relevant research. Research conducted by Chiwala Badklang from Kasatra University Kamphaeng Science Campus, Thailand, with the result that there are significant differences. In that study, researchers investigate linguistic research in classroom speech, especially when teachers and students interact and reveal the meaning of their attitudes. The conceptual framework. The conceptual framework about describe the research to be carried out by the researchers. This research is a qualitative descriptive study that analyzes the source negotiation of attitude between teachers and students in online classroom. Several processes were established for data collection. The last part is research method. For the research method, there are two parts. The first is approach. Use qualitative approach and descriptive approach. And the second is type of research. Qualitative approach was used to disclose attitude resources that relies in the online classroom interaction. Talk. The unit of analysis is appraisal device which focus on the realization of interpersonal meaning through word or praise to express attitude in the talk. The next slide is population and research sample. The population in this study are students of 7th semester in Universitas Majalengka, a total of 16 students consisting of 4 men and 12 women. And samples is the researcher sample was the 7th semester at Universitas Majalengka on online classroom in TAYL subject. In this subject, students are required to speak up and argue about something, therefore there will be a lot of interaction. The next slide is data collection technique. In order to analyze the source negotiation of attitude between teachers and students on online classroom, several processes were established for data collection. And the next slide is the procedures to analyze. The first is the audio tape recording is used in the class in order to record teachers and student conversation. And second, the author transcribes the data by using the basic transcription convention. The third is analyzing and coding data with consideration to the attitude domain, followed by the appraisal analysis. And the last is, after analyzing and coding the data, calculate to determine the dominant type of attitudinal analysis or attitudinal system.
That's all for my presentation of research proposal from seminar on current issues in ELT subjects. Thank you for watching my video and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.